Frankenstein, I think, is it's like a modern creation myth. I think it's a classic English text that hasn't been done for quite a long time, and as such, it has a lot of resonance and really strong dramatic possibilities. Quite a lot of what I've done has been influenced by what the director wanted to do. In this case, Danny Boyle did become involved many years ago. I was very keen for a long time to keep in Walton the Arctic explorer who rescues Victor Frankenstein, and I thought there might be something there. But as we went through it over, as I say, many years, we whittled it down more and more, and went more and more into the central story. You know, our play is. It's not exactly a two-hander, but there are only two big characters in it, and that's Victor Frankenstein and his creature. The thing which we really wanted to get to is the great central dynamic of the book, and so I sacrificed an awful lot around the edges. Well, you're given certain parameters from the book. We know, for instance, that Victor Frankenstein is a young man, and so if we're remaining reasonably faithful to Mary Shelley, it would be a mistake to portray him, as he so often is in the movies, as a kind of 45-year-old scientist, rather camp scientist. In her story, he's been away at university for 6 years. He's like a postgrad student, so he is not much older than 30, and that's how we've cast him. If Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is a Gothic novel, it's almost the first, if not the very first. There might have been one before then. It kind of creates the genre by itself. To me, I don't find genre very useful. I don't start with style. I think style is determined by content. Form is determined by content for me. It's always content first. What is the story? And then what should be the look of it? Secondly, I think the look of a play on a stage is something which is determined largely by other people than myself. Other people design a set, design costumes, design lighting, design soundscapes, and indeed direct it. I think we're doing something which hasn't been done before, which is to tell the story, at least initially, from the creature's point of view. We don't start with we do start with the moment of creation, but not told from the perspective of the scientists, which is how it's usually told. We tell it from the perspective of the experiment rather than the experimenter, and a great deal of what we're trying to do in this show is explore what it feels like to be that experiment. That was something Danny Boyle and I decided on years ago, that we felt this would be a new approach to the story, that we certainly don't think it's been done before. And we do it partly as a counter to almost all the movies, of which there are many, which usually deny the creature a voice. He's usually called the monster, and he usually doesn't do anything except grunt. And that's not faithful to Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley's novel, as anybody who's studying it knows, is this great central narrative told by the creature about his birth, his creation, his education, and his desire to find his creator and seek not exactly revenge, but to make a bargain, which his creator then breaks, at which point he decides he is seeking revenge.